Have you ever left a networking event completely exhausted with a purse full of business cards and absolutely no new business? You showed up, you smiled, you introduced yourself 100 times. You posted the picture online, you tagged the people, you made the reel, but somehow nothing actually changes in your business. No new clients, no meaningful collaborations, no consistent referrals. Does that sound familiar? Today's episode is going to completely shift the way you think about networking because really I find most women are networking backwards. And I'm going to explain all that. Welcome back to the podcast, Your Business on Purpose. I am your host, Dawnette Palmore, and I am your profit and protection fractional CFO, money coach, and insurance strategist. And we're here to talk about building a business that supports your life instead of one that drains it. And today we're talking about something that so many business owners are frustrated with, right? But we keep doing it. We keep doing it. I love networking. But networking, right? So I cannot tell you how many women I have talked to who are constantly and consistently attending networking events, joining organizations, paying for memberships, showing up online, going to lunches, coffee meetings, happy hours, masterminds, and they are still struggling to get constant revenue. I mean, do you feel this? Because I have. And then eventually they start asking themselves, what am I doing wrong? And sometimes I think the truth is most people are networking for visibility instead of relationships. And there is a massive difference between the two. A lot of people are entering rooms hoping somebody magically hires them. That never happens. If it has, prove me wrong because I'd like to know your story. But they're trying to impress people, pitch themselves, hand out cards, tell everyone what they do, how great they are, all their accolades, right? But the people creating long-term success through networking usually are not the loudest people in the room. They are the people building trust. And trust is what creates revenue. I think one of the biggest pain points women business owners experience is feeling invisible. I mean, does that feel like you? I know I've felt that way, especially when we know we're talented. We know that we can help people. We know that we're good at what we do, but we're slow. But we're showing up over and over again and not seeing results. That can be so frustrating, right? And here's what happens. Here's what starts going through our minds, right? Maybe networking just doesn't work. Maybe I'm not good at all. Maybe people don't take me serious. But I would say often the issue isn't networking itself. It's really the strategy behind it. And one of the biggest mistakes I have made, and I see women trying to talk to everyone, right? Let's get everybody to know who we are and what we do. And we don't need everyone to know who we are. We really don't. We need the right people to understand our value. And that changes absolutely everything. So instead of entering a room asking, how can I get clients? Start asking, who can I build genuine relationships with? And I'm going to tell you that this has changed my networking and my business because I'm not trying to meet everybody that's in that room. I'm trying to see who can I bring value to and who can bring value to me? And can we build a relationship together? Can we collaborate together? How can we help each other? So when aligned relationships happen, it changes our business. One podcast invitation, right? One collaboration, one referral partner, one speaking opportunity, one introduction. That can create more revenue than 20 random networking events. And there's an old saying that says, it's not who you know, it's who you know who knows someone, right? And I think another reason networking feels so exhausting for women is because many are networking from survival mode, right? I need clients, I need money, I need business growth. Like they can smell that on us. Have you ever had that where you can just these people want you to buy what they have and they're so persistent? And you can smell survival on them. Now, there's nothing wrong. Yes, we need money, we need clients, and we need business growth. Absolutely, we do. But we can't spew that energy on people. We can't go into situations, networking events, conversations trying to take. We have to give. So when we operate from desperation, it's felt, right? We start over explaining, maybe overselling, maybe over talking. Maybe it's too much talking. Maybe it's too many touches, right? We're proving ourselves. But confidence attracts differently. And I'm not saying that you're not confident if you're, in survival mode, but it just feels different, right? Confidence does not mean being the loudest person in the room. Confidence looks like listening, asking good questions, being present, being genuinely curious about other people. I love asking questions and finding out more about other people. And something I love to do that was turned on to me by one of my mentors was finding out where the origin of their name came from. Because I meet people with so many unique names that I love to dig into, where is that from? What culture is that from? What country is that from? How did you get that name? Was it made up? Was it handed down? What does it mean? Like, just getting to know the meaning behind that is powerful. And it's a connection point. And I'm generally really curious because there's so many unique names and I just love to hear about where they came from. So one of the most magical things you can do in networking is make someone else feel seen, just like you want to, right? Let's make someone feel seen. Let's ask questions about themselves, right? Because people remember how we make them feel long before they remember our title, maybe even our name, right? Another huge mistake I see is lack of follow-up. And one of my great mentors said, the fortune is in the follow-up. And I have been guilty of this before, right? Putting the business cards on my desk. I'm going to get to those later. And I see them and I'm going to get to those later. And I see them again. And okay, I got to get to those. And I see them again. I'm just like, why are they on my desk? I'm getting sick of looking at them. And I put them away. So people go to an event, have a great conversation, and never speak again. Networking is not the event. It's merely the introduction. It's merely the beginning. It's merely the touch. The relationship is built afterwards. And honestly, this is where so much money can get left on the table, right? Following up can be simple. We make it difficult. We can do things like send a voice note. I mean, it's so sweet to hear today. I had a client that gave me some really good news that happened in her life. And I wanted her to hear how excited I was for her. So I did a voice note and I was like, I am so excited for you. This is fabulous. This is great. Congratulations. And she was like, thank you. It was nice to hear your voice. Commenting on someone's content. Oh my gosh, this is huge. But doing it consistently, right? They see you. Oh wow, they're looking at me. They're paying attention to what I'm doing, right? Invite them to coffee. This is my absolute favorite. You guys probably know. Usually I'm here sipping a cup of coffee, or I'm always asking people to coffee. And this is not a dig at Starbucks, okay? But I like to find unique coffee shops. I like to find small business coffee shops, mom and pop coffee shops, and meet people there and get that experience with them, right? Having an experience together. Sending a quick text or referring someone to them. Hey, I have a great referral for you. So relationships compound over time, right? It's not just a one and done. It's not, well, I've sent them, this email, I've done this and that. It's consistency. It's compounded over time, right? Because when we think about it, so many relationships have been broken. So many people have been used and abused and all those things in business, right? And they're guarded. They want to know that you truly care about them, that you truly want what's best for them. And that's over time, right? That's taking interest in them. It's doing the things we talked about. And I want to say something that maybe surprised some people, and maybe you've heard it before, but maybe you need to hear it again. Not every room deserves your energy. Some rooms are filled with people who only want to take. Some rooms are full of competition and comparison. Some rooms are not aligned with where you're going. You become intentional, or I should say you have to become intentional about where you spend your time. And I really think the older that I get and the longer I'm in this game, the more that rings true to me. Being very intentional with where I spend my time, who I spend my time with, what I spend my time doing. So some things you can ask yourself are these my people? Do these people value growth? Are they collaborative? Are they investing in themselves? Do they align with my values? Because, ladies, proximity matters. The rooms you consistently sit in will absolutely influence your mindset, your standards, your confidence, and your opportunities. And I think women especially need spaces where they feel safe enough to be authentic. And we need to be the ones that create that. We have to create those spaces. And if there's so many people in there that's just not that way, we need to go find another space or create our own. We don't need to perform, pretend, or constantly prove ourselves. We just need to connect. It's what every human being wants, right? Connection. So I also want to touch on something important, right? I mean, this is really all important. Networking isn't just about, getting clients. It's about building a support system. And I've talked about this on different podcasts, right? Having referral partners, but also having a support system. We need some strong women around us who are going to build us up, right? Who are going to encourage us, who are going to give us a little shove in the right direction, who are going to tell us to put our crazy away or bring it out, whatever the case may be. Business can feel lonely sometimes, right? Especially because we have come into such a world after COVID of being on Zoom, having a screen between us, a camera between us, not really going out and connecting with people. Some of the most valuable relationships in my life have not only created opportunity, they've created encouragement. They've created wisdom, perspective, and community. Sometimes the relationships you need the most is not the one that immediately pays you. There's many relationships that I've built with other women that, though maybe they've never referred someone to me, or we're not in the space to do that, if that makes sense, but they have been with me through the darkest times, through some hard times I've been through. And they're listening, they're encouraging, pouring into me, and that's priceless. Sometimes it's the one that reminds you not to quit, right? How many times have we have to, we tell our friends, don't quit, don't do this, encouraging each other because we know it gets hard. Think about those things. So if networking, really has been feeling frustrating lately, I want you to shift your focus. Stop trying to collect contacts. I'm actually will say sometimes I don't have my business card with me, or here's my digital card or something like that. If I don't feel like there's going to be a collaboration, or if I feel like they're going to sell things to me, but don't try to collect contacts, right? Start building connections. I don't even know how many years it has been, but I sat down at this gala and I didn't buy a table. I didn't know anybody that sponsored a table, so it was pretty much a free-for-all. You sit wherever there's an empty seat. And I happened to sit next to this beautiful woman. We chatted a little bit. We exchanged business cards. And then I just simply texted her and said, hey, I'd love to have coffee with you. I'd love to get to know more about you. And we went to coffee. And we have become such incredible friends. She has been such an encourager to me. And we're just having fun together. We're having a good time together. We're building our businesses together. Even though they're separate, we're building together. We're building community together all these years later. So I'd also say, don't try to impress people. I mean, why? Right? Start learning about people. Start learning people. And when you walk into a room, instead of saying, what can I get? Say, how can I create value and build trust? Relationships create revenue. And often the opportunities you are praying for are connected to people you haven't met yet. And that's exciting. That means to get out there and meet some more people, create more relationships, add value. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If this episode spoke to you, share it with another woman business owner who needs to hear it, who needs encouragement, who might say, oh gosh, I'm so tired of networking. I've just had it. Or is something wrong with me? Am I doing this wrong? And maybe it's just that it's a shift in our mindset. We need to start looking for what's looking for us. So I would love to know, what has been hard for you lately? Finding the right rooms or building deeper relationships once you're in them. You can DM me on Instagram at Your Money on Purpose, or you can drop a note right here in the podcast that you're listening to, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what has been hard for you lately, finding the right rooms or building deeper relationships once you're in them. Thank you for being here. Until next time. This podcast is dedicated to you and all the incredible women out there breaking chains, pushing through, and striving to make it all work. Your support truly means the world to me. Could you do me a favor? Be a gem and leave a review. It will help us reach even more women, making a bigger impact. Your feedback is invaluable, and I would genuinely appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, ensuring you never miss an episode. Until next week, live a purposeful life in both your business and your finances.